Hello chat, how's it going? Welcome to another Wednesday. It is Star Trek night and my camera is freaking out. Oi. Okay, alright, I don't know. Hello. I know I have not been streaming very well. I did say after the last game that I would be streaming the next day. Did I do that? Nope. It's been a rough year, alright? Or two, or however long it's been, I don't even know anymore. Anyway. Today we have... Yeah, cam's all weird for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'll steal yours. Wahahaha. Anyway, tonight's event we have more Star Trek Axiom. What is now with the Danielson A? We're not sure yet. Getting ready to head out towards what used to be the neutral zone, past the neutral zone, with acting Captain Tobin. What is the crew gonna do now? And how are they going to respond to the machinations of the plot that's trying to get them all killed? Well, we are gonna find out the first part of that tonight. So let's, without further ado, let's start into our intro.
I gotta do the waves, double waves. They're getting double waves today. Double waves today. All right, here we go. The small creatures barked at each other in their own tongue. We not wait. We no time. Blug knew that Brug was right. The gods had not handed them the answer that they were waiting for. He did not want war with Flug and the other half. But at this point, it might be the only choice. We wait. The gods will give us the one. They will save us, as they have done so many times before. Blug growled back confidently, but internally unsure. Flug and his side had the temple path in their control and was doing whatever they wanted there. The Dug had all but exhausted their options. Suddenly, the godlight flashed. Blug had almost lost faith. But the being dropped out of thin air directly onto the X of the holy finger. The gods had sent a savior. They had actually sent a savior. Blug turned to the procession of Dug behind him and yelled above their gasps, "The gods have sent us a chosen one of theirs, one that will have sided with us. We are righteous." They begin to chant, "Dug, Dug, 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 Dug," loudly echoing through the godlight room with elation. Lieutenant Junior Grade Stephen tinkers. To him, this was just one of many very confusing things, coupled with the fact that what seemed to be near 50 small 4-foot reptile creatures were bowing to him, or the fact that he was suddenly standing on a large circular platform with an X of light through the center of it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Axiom, Episode 7. So excited. So excited for the episode.
And this is the one where we break the Prime Directive. No, we only made it through the first 6 episodes. Come on, we're not through the season yet.
Let's say, really.
And then after that, we have to have the outbreak episode. You know, the obligatory season 1 outbreak episode, where we catch the weird disease that makes no sense.
What's crazy is I totally had an idea for an outbreak episode, but I'm not sure if I should do it.
It's got to be like season 4 now.
Oh my god, wait. Chat, you have
come on,
emotes for this.
All right.
It's 9
All
had
right.
like 2 or 3
All
of them.
right, gotta wrangle it in here, guys, because we gotta play a game. You guys, we're gonna walk it back because you guys had launch, but you wanted to handle the Kyle situation. Yeah. How do you want to handle the Kyle situation?
My Enzo's plan is he's going to, after everything has had a few minutes to sort of settle down after the big announcement, we had our sort of staff meeting and stuff like that. I'm just gonna go find him and just talk to him, because I only talked to him for like 2 minutes in the hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go find him and talk to him and try to figure out a little more about what's eating at him.
All right, just you.
I'm not inviting anyone, but I'm not telling him not to come.
You know him better than just about anybody else.
All right. So you go find him. He's just in the gym hitting a heavy bag. Basically, he's got his hands taped up. You know that Kyle is a big practicer of Muay Thai, old school Muay Thai martial arts. So he's just training with some hard forearms and heavy shin kicks to the bag, just really working up a sweat. You can see internally he's going through a lot of stress. Doesn't even notice you come in.
From a reasonably safe distance, I say, "Hey, you need somebody to hold the bag?"
He kind of like stops, kind of surprised. He's like, "Oh, Lieutenant, I'm real sorry. I just get into it sometimes." And
hey, man, you're off duty. Don't sweat it, man.
Yeah.
You need me to hold the bag?
Guess I'm always off duty. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I don't mind at all.
All right. I go and I sort of lean into it.
You immediately notice he is not punching as hard or as crazy as he was before. You can tell that he had kind of worked himself into a kind of like a fugue state, if you will. This was directly after the whole meeting. He met all you guys again, so the stress was real heavy, and he was obviously working it out on the bag. Now that you're here, he's very aware of his surroundings at all times, just kind of hitting it. And he basically goes, "Well, I guess I got to say, boom, boom. Congratulations have to be in order, right, Lieutenant? Boom, boom, boom."
Something like that. Hey, I know you can hit harder than that. You're not even shifting me back. Come on.
He's like, hey. All right. He comes in with some really heavy elbow strikes, like one just rolling one, and the bag actually shifts a little bit with you, unless you're going to try and hold it steady, at which case I'll make you do a roll for this.
No, how
much testosterone do you want this scene to ooze, I guess, is the real question here.
I'm not taking my shirt off. Right?
You're gonna keep going until some knockoff of Danger Zone kicks
suddenly
on.
A volleyball game breaks out.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, do you want this to be like Predator level testosterone or playing with the boys Top Gun?
So I'm just encouraging him to not hold back, because that's what's, I think, holding him back. And I'm trying to work around to getting that to kind of bring it up.
He wails it a couple of times. One of the times he really hits it, almost like he's letting out his frustration, not necessarily at you, but just the situation and everything that happened. And it actually pushes you back a little bit. And then you see him pause. And he goes, you know, I was just about to finish up anyway, Lieutenant, if you don't mind. He grabs a towel and starts to dry himself off.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Look, I know this last mission was a little crazy. And a lot of shit happened. But the fact that things didn't go the way we planned doesn't mean you did it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I know everybody on the ship has this underlying mentality of we were a tow ship, and we were light duty, and we were never supposed to get in that deep. But I just never take it that way. I take it like I should have been ready. I should have been prepared. It doesn't matter if it's light duty. I'm a security officer. I should be there. But instead, I'm getting pulled out of the fire repeatedly by Lenra out on the side of the ship. Literally the first officer, the person that I am trained to protect. And honestly, I talked to her about it. She doesn't seem to have any problem with me leaving whatsoever. I don't, and I respect her judgment on that. So I don't know, Lieutenant. I know you're here to try and talk me into coming back, but I don't know if I have it.
Let me stop you there. I'm here to talk to you because I want you to understand where I'm coming from. And from where I'm coming from, every job is a real job. Whether we're on a flagship or a rear line support cruiser, every job is a real job. And I would not have left you on duty if I thought you couldn't handle it. How much time did we spend training together? Right? We had weeks and weeks working together. We weren't exactly fending off the Klingons, right? But we worked together for a long time. And the fact that Lenra was able to help you stay alive, to help her stay alive, isn't a knock on you. That's teamwork, man. We're working together. If you and I, if I'm here and you're there to protect me and I see somebody coming at you, right? I'm going to move you because I need you to keep watching my back, right? Sometimes I see it before you do. Sometimes you see it before I do. That's just how it goes. You can't. Nobody's an augment on this ship, as far as I know, right? And so we can only do what we can, man. You're a fine officer, and it would be a real shame for you to leave. Man, I really wish you'd come to me before you talk to Lenra, to be honest.
Well, look, sir, I have the utmost respect for you. I know you were my senior officer, but just with everything that happened out there, I ended up with Lenra the entire time. I felt like she was the one I let down on a lot of levels. So I felt like she was the right person to hand the resignation into. I hope you don't mind about that. I didn't mean to offend you in any way.
I'm not offended by it. I'm just, if you've got a problem, if you're worried about something, come talk to me about it, okay? And if I'm not going to lock you in your quarters and tell you can't leave, right? That's just dumb. But it would be a real shame to go into this new assignment without one of my best security guys. That's all I'm saying.
Look, sir, I'm never going to say no to you. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, honestly. So if you want me there, I'll be there. But it's your call.
Well, like I said, I want you there. I'm not going to force you, but I want you on my team, man.
All right, thanks, Lieutenant.
Let me know what you decide. We still got a couple days anyway.
All right. So even though we still have a couple of days, that was basically the tail end of the last episode because it took so long. So he that's enough. You convince him. He decides to come back. He just wants to be wanted. But you can tell he's a little unsure. But yeah, he suits up and basically you don't hear from him until the final thing, and he basically says, "I'm sorry, I didn't tell you ahead of time, but I wasn't even sure that I was going to show up." But he does show up on leaving day, basically.
And I give him. I say, "Welcome aboard, Lieutenant. I'm real happy you're here."
Yay! Stuff cleared up. Kyle O'Reilly's back on the ship. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Gotta make a profile for him now.
What? Yeah.
Gotta make a profile picture of him.
Well, I mean, we got coal and fish to do too.
Oh yeah.
Now on to Nimbus 3. I mean, what?
Yeah, you guys head out to the Beta Quadrant and Frontier 1. Before we get too heavy into this episode, I want to say just this sentence. Genesia, I know you're out there. You called something in the comments last week, and you're 100% right. I'm not going to tell you what. You'll have to figure out what it is, but I'm just saying. Okay, so continuing. You guys are headed towards the Beta Quadrant in Warp. It's going to be a little bit before you get there. Star Trek Warp being what it is, like it could take any amount of time that I really need.
As long as the plot requires.
Right. As long as the plot requires, basically. But it's going to take a few days, like almost a week. I mean, you guys literally have to travel through all of Romulan space to get to your posting, because remember the space station is being built on the high side of the Beta Quadrant, on the Romulan side of the Beta Quadrant, a place that really Federation has never entered and Romulans have had little interaction with. So that means it's gonna take a while. You guys got to travel through Romulan space, and honestly, that creates a certain level of anxiety and unease in you guys. For the first time ever, you guys are literally flying across what was maybe a month ago hostile territory to where you're going, and it's kind of weird. But you guys have a few days for role playing. Does anybody want to do anything or just pass the time? It's up to you guys.
Not do anything during downtime. What is this, a D&D game?
To the next dungeon. Next dungeon. I want my role-playing games to be like Diablo.
Am I getting XP for this?
I spend my XP.
Stats and numbers, man.
Oh, NPCs, you're there to sell me stuff.
Yeah, I'm just raising sheep to kill.
I'm not trying to hot take D&D players, other than the fact that they're very wrong in playing that game. All right, let's continue.
Now Tinkers goes poof.
No,
and you just ignore it.
You think Tinkers is the only one that's gonna go poof? All right, let's go. So, do you guys have any role playing?
Like I started on the station with the other security team.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna keep working on just a slightly more defined training schedule. I mean, there aren't a lot of people on the ship. We don't need that many security guards on duty at all times, and so.
I mean, your entire regiment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including you.
And out of a crew of 30, that's a lot.
It's a lot. However, while it may not have been warranted in the first place, it's certainly warranted now. Especially in the Beta Quadrant. So it's totally okay that you have so much security personnel. But yeah, it's only 6. So literally you can have like shifts of 2 each. Easy,
right.
You know?
Yeah. And so I try and have at least 2 or 3 hours of security training between the 6 every day. And it's a lot of it's, just sort of a mix, right? We've got tactical simulations for boarding actions, for extravehicular activities, hull walks and stuff like that. ground-based stuff. Just a huge mix of stuff that, the things that we've definitely learned and practiced at least once or twice at the academy a long time ago. Just getting everyone sort of back into it.
Right.
Here's a
Making
question.
Sure they're tight and right. What?
Do we even have like useful facilities for that? What all happened to what's left of our ship?
Oh, that's fair.
I never really said whether or not it has a holodeck on it.
I thought we didn't have a holodeck. I don't know if we do now.
We definitely had a holodeck on the way over.
I don't know if this breaks the rules of Modiphius, but I'm the game master, so hey, I'm gonna say you guys have one small holodeck.
So we have a hollow suite.
Hollow suite, exactly, like a very old school hollow suite where you could do some stuff like that.
I would guess that even if we didn't before, Narc has done something in the meantime to make sure that there was one. Whether or not anyone knew about it before we got on the board is entirely unrelated to him.
He's just over there like
well, there goes my role playing.
Either that or we didn't actually get a ship. It's just one.
Storage Bay 3. It's a hollow suite now.
Actually, the whole thing's a hollow suite. That's the only thing we had spare parts for.
What happened to closet? What happened to the closet on deck 4, number 13?
Closet.
Oh yeah, that's now a hollow suite. That was a broom closet. I know, it's a hollow suite now.
It's a hollow suite of a broom closet? Yes.
It's bigger on the inside, don't worry.
This is construction.
We teleport people. We don't need
suites on the station.
Okay, so you have one hollow suite where you can do some stuff like this.
Okay.
Nothing like too involved, but enough to keep your, to get your training in. Let's put it that way. So yeah, all right. Anybody else?
Yeah. So I'm going to approach T-Rex, and when the holosuite's not in use, engage in the machbara that we are doing. But I'm going to put forth a proposition for T-Rex that if we're going to do the machbara, then it has to be in the holodeck or in the holosuite, inside of one of my programs. And the reason for this is so that nobody knows what's going on, because there's something that I want T-Rex to learn to take away from this also, which is the art of going unnoticed. And the less that you can draw attention to yourself, sometimes the better it is. Because this is a Romulan way of thinking, but there's no possible way to tell a Klingon, hey, let's think like Romulan since we're going to be hanging out with them a bunch. So instead, I'm going a Ferengi way about it and saying, okay, as a barter for me doing Machbara with you, we have to do this on the holodeck inside of another program. So it seems like just we're just spending time in the holodeck doing something completely mundane. And B, separate from that, I want to find out if T-Rex is interested / this is part of the barter, in taking on some additional meditation that I learned from another Klingon while I was at the academy. That's actually Vulcan meditation.
Okay. All right. So when you present the being unseen kind of barter in your narc way, actually, you know what? We should role play this out. We should just role play this scene out, I think. Okay. So we'll just take it from your taking her up on your offer, so go ahead.
Okay. So basically it's
you guys are meeting in you
like
guys don't have a bar, but like a place to drink, I guess would be the best. Like a small cafeteria.
I was just gonna show up right at T-Rex's quarters. Basically first thing, when she normally is going to go to like the sonic showers and stuff like that, unless we have them in our suites, which I don't know how that all is set up. But basically great. So as soon as she's got her toothbrush or whatever, and she's about to head to the
ship,
towel, toothbrush, and soap, and she's heading to the sonic showers, I'm just gonna be at her door, just waiting.
For Frankie.
Exactly. Good morning. So, as we have engaged in a business agreement involving your Makabaras, I was thinking that we could continue this situation. As you know, the first one is always free. And after you have gotten a taste for things, then we like to, as we say, massage the nature of the bargain a little bit further. So, I was, um, I was going to propose that as we are going to
She
engage in
stops you really quick because of your language and goes, again, I am not going to, nor am I ever going to be interested in sleeping with you or mating with you in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, this is fantastic, and I appreciate you not wanting to destroy me in any way, physically in those terrifying Klingon mating uh, escapades. So as I was saying, now that we are involved in an agreement and are engaged in bartering, I was thinking that the 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 terms of this contract should include. Uh, um, basically an exchange. So in exchange for me taking on the Makbara practices, I was I, I according to my therapist, I need to spend a specific amount of time in the holodecks and maybe a specific amount of time not in the holodecks, but I don't remember any of that stuff. The important thing is because I need to spend a specific amount of time in the holodecks for therapy, and the Makbara is a form of therapy, that we could do the therapy inside the holodecks, which also provides you with additional value. As you know, Klingons are skilled hunters and brave warriors, but they have no problem sneaking up on their prey so that they can pounce on it and eat it.
I cannot believe I asked you to role play this out, but continue.
Ferengi, as you know, are also hunters. We hunt much slower, smaller things. Most of the time, they don't have teeth and they definitely don't bite. That would be scary. But um, we have we have also learned many ways of sneaking up on your prey so that you can eat it without it trying to run away and making you tired, because that's very unappetizing to work up a sweat before you were going to eat something.
She
However,
raises her hand. She goes, hold on a second. Just let me save you some air. Are you saying that you would like to exchange knowledge of more?
yes, exactly. As a form of bartering, as you know, we do not have gold press latinum to exchange. I checked. So since you don't have any, we could exchange knowledge, because knowledge is very valuable, and the knowledge that we could exchange would be forms of Klingon meditation. There's another form of Klingon meditation that I actually gained from a student at the academy. It was a barter that he gave for me, in exchange for me teaching him how to ferment a fungus into a drink. And then and then you drink it. Yes. So for the ancient recipe of kombucha, he gave me a technique which he recorded, and on the HANA program, I recorded. He gave me permission. I didn't ask, but I have this program, and it's from a Klingon, and it's meditation. And so I think after we do the Makbaras, which very much so compresses the parts of my body which don't like it, like my back and my knees, and makes my hands lift things, and there's a lot of sweating. He has other forms of meditation which are also for fiery spirits and and emotional. Uh,
All right, narc. So let me get this straight.
it would be on
You
the
want
holiday.
to you want to share with me your own meditation, but you will also teach me the ways of deceit and low-handed Romulan tactics of espionage.
I more like the Klingon ways of espionage. You know, Klingon cloaking devices, the way the bird of prey can sneak up on them, and you
That's
can take
totally
on a much
honorable.
greater foe. Yes, exactly. It's completely honorable. And also this would always be on the holodeck, because yes, it would be part of the agreement.
That's fine. And
Excellent. Let's go, Makbara.
I totally accept the espionage teaching. There is much I need to learn in that area, especially if I'm going to work, if I'm going to find placement here.
Great. Let's go do some Makbara. Also, could you sign this? He holds out a pad.
No, what is that?
It's the agreement. It literally, it's just a transcription of what they just talked about. It's nothing else besides that.
I will
He already
sign
signed
that.
it.
I will sign that if we both slit our hands and bleed.
That sounds terrifying.
Then we will just do what the humans say and make a verbal agreement.
A verbal agreement like the humans say? Okay, I just reach out and grab her hand and shake her hand, whether she has something in it or not. I don't really know how a human handshake works, but I just assume. Here we go. A human handshake in verbal agreement of the promise. The promissory note, which we will collect on with interest. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Well, I will see you in the Honda Suite.
Okay, you have forged more relationship with T-Rex. I feel like I should do the telltale T-Rex will remember this. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to do? No?
Nope. All right. So
okay.
Tobin makes it through the launch, as it's a nice, straightforward thing that doesn't require any actual work, and then is very promptly buried in paperwork. And logs and reports, and is very miserable. So if at all possible, he is going through the ship and visiting into every other shift and trying to, well, sort of find out about what the state of the ship is, but also really anything to get out of writing more reports in an office away from the stars.
All right. You at one point during the paperwork and the wishing to get away from the paperwork, your little door goes off to your captain's quarters, notifying you there's somebody who wants to see you.
Come.
In walks Ada Green, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, the Lady Ferengi. She comes in, she stands in perfect Starfleet attention. Captain.
Lieutenant, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I was just was hoping for a minute of your time. I mean, it's not often a pilot gets to sit down with such an accomplished pilot and really get to know him and what he does, and you. Are you working on paperwork?
Just the day-to-day of the ship.
I don't know if it's the Ferengi in me or not, but I really don't mind paperwork. I can do some of your, lower level stuff if you want for you, file it for you, and then maybe we could get some extra time for you to show me some more things on the con.
That sounds lovely, Lieutenant.
I am going to go ahead and make you make a roll.
Yep.
Give me a sec here. I got to figure out what to make you roll. All right. I want you to roll insight and security.
My favorite skills. I don't have anything that would positively help me, except for things that would negatively help me.
Hold on, let me look at your things. No, there's nothing there that would help with this.
Nope.
Oh, no. Cultural studies.
Cultural studies. That's generous. It is generous. I'll take that, because all my values are in opposition to this.
Yeah, since they are, I'm going to say you need 2 successes on this one.
That's totally fair and inconvenient. That's surprising.
What'd you get? I didn't even hear the roll thing.
2 successes.
Well, shit. That ruins a little bit of a long-standing plot.
I'm good at that.
Green,
don't worry, I'll undo it in the next roll.
Ada Green definitely has a schoolgirl crush on you, champ. She's being a teacher's pet for a reason.
Yeah, that's. I just have this like image in the back of like Tobin's mind of like, you know, like all the avatars when they appear and are broadly unhelpful most of the time. Like, hey, like.
All right. So you still make the agreement for her to do paperwork and you to spend one-on-one time with her, coaching her through piloting tricks.
Yes.
All right. I can't wait to make the episode about your disciplinary hearing. Okay. So.
No, I swear it was just the Riker maneuver.
That's the series finale right there. Okay.
Roll
credits. All right. So no other role play. Okay, we skip ahead. It has been quite a few
Manual
days.
control jokes are plenty.
You guys are about 5 days into your trip. You have passed out of Romulan space. You are into the Beta Quadrant. You are in basically unexplored space for the Federation anyway. At least for anybody who didn't take this direct warp route to the same space station you're going to. But the Frontier 1 is a little bit in. It's not like right on the edge. It's a little ways in for it to be a reasonable, space station for the Beta Quadrant. All of you are on duty. When there is a sudden rumble on the ship, the whole thing shakes slightly, kind of like a car with a bad tie rod when it gets going too fast. And there's kind of like a huge shake, and then kind of like some flashing warning lights going off. At this point, Tobin, you get a communication from the engine room.
I like how it's not engineering, it's the engine room.
The engine room. Sorry, engineering.
Sorry. No, it's this ship. It's the engine room.
I'm gonna get blasted for things. Real Star Trek people are gonna start watching this and be like, "What the fuck?" If he calls the teleporter one more time, I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind.
Listen, comments on YouTube are positive engagements in ROI. It's fine.
That's how I always anything I get, I respond with, first of all, thank you for watching.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, you at least watched it, even though it was torturous agony for you for 2 hours. What?
Next episode, we clearly need to rig some solar sails.
All right, so you guys are in warp. The whole thing shakes. You get the call from engineering. Yar, Captain, we're having problems with the bow and the dragon's breath. Oh. He stops for a second. He goes, sorry, Captain, force a habit. Your warp core, they're one of the conduits. They done fused it wrong. And it's just because this old bird's been repaired so many times. We're going to have to come out of warp, and I can fix it up with a jiff. I meant in a GIF, not with GIF.
I was going to accept either as possible.
Either is possible at this point.
Yar, I'm a 40-year-old adult with a life. Sometimes my brain don't work so well.
Yar, remember to use the smooth and not the chunky this time.
This right here.
All smooth all the time.
So Ada's like, what do you want me to do, Captain?
Yeah, let's. All right, take us out. Give me an estimate. Engineering.
He goes, shouldn't be no trouble. Maybe an hour or two max once we get out of warp, but I can't fix it in warp, Captain. Begging your pardon.
Yeah. All right. Lieutenant needs us
All right.
out.
Okay.
Let
You
the
come out
station
of
know
warp.
we're going to be a little bit late.
I send the communicate to Frontier 1.
Okay, you send the communicator Frontier warp. The warp drive. You guys come out of warp drive, and out of nowhere, you come out of warp drive, and just immediately you hear. Actually, this would be Enzo. There is a ship in front of you guys. Like medium range, whatever that is in space, like a freaking million miles or something. I don't know, but there is a ship in front of you guys in space. Just out of
Captain,
nowhere.
ship at 15,000 kilometers dead ahead. I checked the sensors. Do I get any information about what the ship is?
Yeah, give me a sensor roll. Ship assists.
Right.
Do you, Brian? Do you want to roll for the ship, or do you want to keep letting Sean roll for the ship?
But hey, I'm the captain. My job is to give people orders.
All right, so Sean's gonna roll for the
Yep.
ship. All right, Sean, roll for the ship assist.
Okay. Sensors.
What am I running? Insight and.
Am I? Yeah, this is going to be. Yeah, this
Sensors.
Yeah, it's sensors, but what other thing? So department-wise. So.
Oh shit! Sorry, man. It would be.
Guessing science.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it? It's rolled. Life happened.
No, doesn't
for
help.
me, is this a insight and science, or what do you need?
Insight and security for you.
Excellent. Does constantly watching help here?
I'll give it to you.
All right. What's
about to go down anyway?
Yeah,
What?
Well, how many successes am I after?
1.
Okay, so I need 0 successes for this. Let's see if I can do it. So
up your momentum by 1. Okay. You do a sensor sweep of the ship real quick. And this is a crazy. This ship's crazy. It looks like it's a ship that has been had pieces pulled off of it and other pieces welded onto it. It looks like it's had other ships stapled onto it. It looks like a floating garbage dump of a ship. However, there is still a ship under there that is powered and does have weapon systems. You're reading photon torpedoes and phasers with the capability of shields. However, before you can recommend any of that, at this particular point, there is a flash of light. Tinkers, Lenra, and Narc are all gone from the bridge.
God damn it.
Told you he wouldn't be the only one that poofed.
Captain, I recommend red alert, shields up.
At this point, there
The
is
BB
another
wasn't
flash.
complete. We bounce off the shields and die.
At least we kept them.
At this point, there's another flash, and 3 creatures drop into the bridge. They drop at random different locations, and they don't teleport in from like to the ground. They teleport in at the top of the room and fall into the thing. So everybody on the bridge, because Lenra and Narc are now
elsewhere
in a pattern buffer. Give me yeah, we're not going to do any rolls yet. What happens is they drop down, they bounce up real quick. They are about they're about 4 feet tall. They have about 2 or 3 inch snout. They look kind of like little dragon type things. They've got scales. They're also multicolored. One of them's green. One of them's kind of like a dark blue. Another one's like a pink. They have very lizard-like eyes searching back and forth. They're kind of wearing crude clothes from what you can see. One of them has a spear in his hand. The other two, one of the other ones drops behind the upper console on the other side of you. And then another one drops behind the first mate chair where Lenra was, so you don't see him anymore either. And then Ada just goes, "What the hell is that?"
My phaser is already out.
Okay, go ahead.
And I yelled to lay down on the floor.
I 100% believe that Enzo always has a phaser on him, regardless of location.
Basically.
Enzo, now I want you to get a security, an insight security roll to start.
Okay.
2 successes since you're very distracted with, being boarded by bubble bobble creatures.
Fair. Does constantly watching still apply here?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, looking for 1 success. Let's see how this goes. Woohoo! 2 successes.
How many you get?
2 successes.
Okay, move that momentum up 1, and basically, you've got the phaser out. You're yelling at him, but out of the corner of your eye, your periffs, your little cyborg eye is doing its job, and you notice that like a little sensor goes on the security panel, and you notice that the unknown ship, has raised shields.
Captain, enemy ship has raised shields.
All right, we're gonna pause there with you, Tobin. What are you doing in this couple of seconds of chaos?
Seconds.
Little things kind of like
the one just happened all at once.
The only one that you can see has the spear, and he's just kind of like beady eyes back and forth.
Presence command, cultural, linguistics.
Okay, you haven't heard him say anything.
I haven't heard them say anything.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say
communicate with them.
You need 4 successes. You have not heard them talk in any way, shape, or form to understand their language or linguistics. You don't know in any way, shape, or form, even if they can talk. So I'm gonna say 4 successes on that. What are you trying to say to them? Let's do that before you roll, because that's really gonna matter.
It's all about the tone.
Kind of is with them.
Yeah. So, Tobin he's not going to stand aggressively or suddenly, and try to gesture and say in a couple of different languages. We mean you no harm. We are from the Federation. On a mission of peace. Please speak your intentions. As trying to gesture slowly with his hands in some way. And it's just gonna try to
roll.
How many one of them momentums?
That's fine. You're gonna need it for 4 successes.
Yep.
Give me them complications.
Feed
me, Seymour. Feed me.
To bleed.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that tap out there. Boop. Nope. See, I told you.
Oh man, 0 successes and a complication.
The warp core breaches.
Technically 1 success from the momentum. Oh no, that was for the extra dice.
No, that's for the extra dice. He got nothing. He got nothing but bad. Nothing but bad.
My negotiation with my phaser is going fairly well, and then Tobin gets stabbed.
Tobin. Oh, I know exactly what it is now. Tobin, you're just trying to talk to him. You're trying to do your job. You're trying, like, hey, buddy, let's relax. But in stepping towards him, you move directly into the line of sight of Enzo's phaser. Because he's so small, he can no longer take an active shot at our friend. And our friend is very unhappy with the words you have said to him. He looks at you. His weird little lizard-like eyes seem to furrow, and he goes, and he does that, and then he screams, and he hurls the spear at you. And my kid's awake now, I'm sure.
Oh boy.
No, she's not actually. I'm just saying. I probably got too loud with that one. No, that's not how you do it. Nope. How do I type out the roll? I know I ask this every goddamn time, but how do I type out the roll?
Is it /roll then 2d20?
Ah, there it is. Let's put that slash in the wrong spot. Okay.
I want to be happy that the dice are actually appearing today, but they're not doing me very much good.
That was definitely 2 successes. I'm guessing thrown works like melee, so he hit. Like ranged, so he hits. Let me look at my handy dandy chart for what I got for a little spear. Okay. All right, damage. Roll. All right. All right, so damage is what again? 1, 2, and 3. If it's the thing, it's nothing. How did the damage dice work again?
I think that's straight, if I remember correctly, that's straight stress.
Right, but how do I tell how much damage I did? That's the thing.
It's the creature's. It's the creature's security plus their whatever thing the weapon has.
Oh, I fucked up then. Hold on, gotta re-roll that.
So it's you roll 2d20 to determine to hit, and then roll a number of dice equal to d6s.
Right, I already hit the d6s, and how do I tell the damage on the d6s?
That's whatever the enemy's security rating is plus whatever the weapon they were using.
No, I mean with the rolls, yeah, because it's not a full add up. I mean,
it's the.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for. The rolls.
You roll a number of d6 equal to the security and the weapon.
Sean,
you roll that.
Sean,
okay, that's
Sean.
Right. I can't see your dice rolls to see what you're freaking rolling.
It's the
can
it's the
somebody
Star Trek dice,
explain
right?
to Sean what I'm explaining because he won't listen
It's the
to
1,
anybody.
2, 0, right?
Yes,
dice.
That's what I'm asking for. The dice, each little dice. How do I read them?
So
1 pip equals 1 damage, 2 pip equals 2 damage, chevron equals 1 damage, and
special.
And because they're not on the screen. The wait, can we look at what the? Oh, we can.
I can look at. Yeah, I can look at what it is. I just needed to know what the numbers equaled.
1, 2, or 1 or 2 special.
1 and 3, 3 and 1 special. So it'd be 4 total, plus 1 special.
Well, yeah, but I didn't roll the right number of dice. So
Keep adding them. I still have a few hit points left.
All right. So then it would be 6, 3, 2, 6 on the rolls.
A nothing,
So
a pip, and 2
4 more.
shields.
There you go.
That's 7.
7. What does that injures you, right?
Five would be an injury.
Okay.
So to avoid it, he has to either burn a momentum or be injured.
Your call.
Which effectively knocks him out of combat.
Oh, that's definitely. I mean, I just got speared for more than 3/4 of my health. I am out of combat.
Yeah.
Are you taking the momentum to avoid the injury? Or
I
taking
am
the
not.
injury? Okay. I do not know how to do the injury.
How do I do
I'm
out of combat, basically.
Yeah, just knocked out.
He's got a spear in his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's not dead.
I'm not
but
dead,
he's just
but I'm
out.
speared straight into the chair.
This spear hits you dead on. I mean, he's only like 4 feet away. He just nails you in the upper chest, lower shoulder on the right side. You literally like kind of spin around and slam into one of the chairs. And the little creature goes, ah! Like that.
Do I get a combat action now?
Yeah, you can blast him.
Oh, no. I'm vaulting over the command deck and drop kicking him in the chest.
All right, let's go. Let's have a
Dude,
fist
you're
fight with the
huge.
troll.
You're gonna drop kick him in his entire self.
That's the idea.
This being Star Trek, you really do have to use both feet to do that drop kick vault, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, just making sure.
If we don't both hit the ground, it wasn't worth it.
You still have to wind up with your fist, though. Wind up, telescope, and drop kick, both feet.
All right. Hand to hand is fitness and security, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I have.
And it's versus theirs, if I recall correctly.
Okay. I also have a focus.
Remember, it's true Kirk Fu, so you just take your hands like this,
Yep.
and you just start pounding.
Oh.
Wait, is it Kirk Fu or Anbo Jitsu?
Also a complication.
You know, with the way we roll, no one should practice Ambo Jitsu.
I had this plan for like a really lighthearted episode, and 10 seconds in, the captain is impaled on a spear. So I don't know. I guess I just can't make comedy.
I'm not sure if I think at this point it's not going to end up being allowed for Tobin to make it through an entire story sequence without some sort of not near-death experience.
Zach,
right?
Zach, as a GM, don't you know the old adage, no plan survives the players?
Right.
Contact with players.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know the plan is going to go awry. I just thought it'd be a little bit more lighthearted than this.
I'm not
Jesus.
dead yet.
Complication, murder. Yay! Okay.
Oh, come on. Enzo is doing a classic Starfleet maneuver. It's called "We come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill."
That's my job.
I think I have that as a soundbite.
You got 1 success and 2. He gets to try and counter that. This is high. Security is okay, so.
Oh, I hope this isn't too loud. Yeah.
Do ties win?
Defender wins.
Close combat, defender wins. All right.
I believe defender wins.
All right, you come over the thing, but that little guy, he is a spry mother effer. And he sees
Oh wait,
you.
no. Was it an opposed roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, defender wins. Sorry.
He sees you come, you like leap over with the drop kick. He actually leaps to the side onto the console of Ada. Who is actually screaming and trying to get to Tobin at this moment, and he just jumps on it and just starts hitting buttons, and that's the complication. Just starts hitting buttons on the control console of the ship. The ship just starts moving. Yeah. I also want you to give me a security insight check.
Okay.
You can use always vigilant or whatever that fucking catch-all thing is that has helped you through so many.
So we're being attacked by furry dwarf lizard packlid hybrids.
No fur, just skin. I'm sorry, just scales.
Captain,
but yeah, other than that, yeah.
Okay, so we're being by
Two successes.
using packlid.
They are kind of weirdly similar
hybrids.
to packlets now that I think about it. You'll get it later. They're not quite the same. What?
How many successes did I need?
2 will do it. But no more than that because you're highly distracted from leaping around, drop kicking at things. You hear the Jeffries tube hatch open. And you immediately put together that's right. There are 2 more of these fucking little things running around this bridge. Well, actually, there's only 1 more running around the bridge. The other one has entered the bowels of your ship.
I hit the badge. Security, we have intruders. 1 in the Jeffries tube, 2 on the bridge.
The little guy is still hitting the button, just
now?
like. What?
Can I shoot him now?
Yeah, you can take a shot, and then after that, we're gonna switch off to the guys who have been teleported.
Okay.
Upon their ship.
I'm setting the phaser on stun.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I thought so, but I'm also using a minor action.
Seeing as though he tried to gut your captain, that's pretty generous.
We come in peace, shoot to stun the first time.
The question is what Enzo's idea of stun is.
There's a lot of
He's
power.
He's gonna be stunned by how hard this thing hits him. Or at least his friends will. We don't know about this guy.
Yeah. All right. What is a phaser? Let me set it to.
You know what would be really stunning? If you set it to 11.
It'd be really stunning if he died.
But not a surprise.
You want to stun him permanently?
Hey, if he's not getting back up, he's not a threat. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, permanently stunned.
Permanently. All right.
That's how the Federation should do it because they're so peaceful. It should be the stun setting and the permanent stun set. Like that should be the 2 levels. Set your phasers to permanent stun.
It's the new politically correct language after the treaty with the
Yeah. So we can go home and feel good about ourselves. But it's a permanent.
Wait a minute. Federation has to set their stuff to permanent stun. What's this about Klingons and Romulans to permanent kill?
No, that's the thing. So that you can include disruptors.
Yeah, we're being inclusive now.
Whole, so
I like the idea that they need a permanent kill. I like the idea that they have kill and then permanent kill. Like kill, mid-season finale is probably coming back as a board.
Yeah, we saw somebody get up from this once. We need the higher setting.
Well, Starfleet officers keep coming back from the dead. We got to really make sure this time.
All right, so I am going to use the charge ability for Vicious 1.
Okay.
But it's on stun. So every effect does an additional damage, but it is non-lethal. Alrighty. So this is control and security with my hand phasers focus. Okay, 1 success.
That is a miss.
What was my target?
You have to hit 2 on a ranged attack.
Damn it. No, I took out a light or something.
Yeah, you you're trying to get up, you're scrambling, he's hitting buttons and jumping all over the place. You pull out the phaser to shoot him. He kind of sees the light up and goes, "Hey, dog!" and leaps across the room onto the console. like onto the second thing, kind of turn around towards you. Doug. And then at this point, so is Tobin's just like done, man. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Tobin.
No,
I don't
I'm
know how
not.
this
I'm not
keeps
dead. It's
happening
just
this
like
way.
entirely non-combat.
No, I know, but you're just lying there now.
Can I-
like it's like
So like what?
it's
Like, can I take
this-
any
this-
like
this-
non-combat actions?
No, you're unconscious.
Oh, I'm
You're
out.
unconscious.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
you
heck.
are-
No, this is
Out,
just
out.
like all of the episodes where, you know, it starts out and it seems like a Riker episode, and then he gets on a shuttle and, oh, he broke his leg, and now he's the director.
Roll credits.
Hey, that makes sense. You run all the thingies, the widgets. Okay, so first I'm gonna have. No, we got to go across. I said I was gonna go across. I got to go across because we only have so much time. All right. On the other side of things, Lenra, Narc, you were watching this ship. You guys saw the ship coming in, and then boom, you're not there anymore, and you're falling. Basically, you are in a large tube, kind of with some like walkways in between them, and you're just kind of like falling down this tube suddenly. You have kind of like a split second to possibly catch a railing before potentially falling to your deaths. You're not sure, but like this just happens. You're just boof, you're just basically beamed into like oblivion. Go ahead, both of you give me fitness. Security.
I'm guessing, yeah.
He's got to be security. Not either one of your best suits.
Well, one.
You got one?
Yeah.
That's all you need. I'm not being mean to you guys. One success.
One.
Sweet. All right. So you guys just like, yeah, we should. Whoa! You're just falling. Narc, you actually kind of like hit the railing and like bobble over the other side, somehow managing to not take any stress from that. Lenra, you managed to catch the kind of railing and end up hanging there for a second before slowly kind of like pulling yourself over. And you're on this ship. This ship is crazy looking though, because of immediately what you get just from the sight visual of it is it was once a very advanced technology, like Federation stuff, like that kind of level of advancement, but it is now like covered in like ropes and like weird leaves, and like they've built wood structures in here, like very rickety wood structures in here. It looks insane. It looks absolutely insane. It looks like somebody took a ship and decided to make it cosplay as that village from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in the trees. Like that's what it looks like. It's just nuts. And you guys, you're in what seems to be the large engineering bay. This is an oversized engineering bay for most ships you've seen. Like it's just got a lot of size to it for whatever reason, and there are a lot of weird huts just like built around the area. Not all of them have roofs, obviously, because there's no rain in here, you think, but you're very confused. Like it's shock immediately. However, your presence actually.
Great. Did we just stumble on a ship that went through Berkeley's metamorphosis virus, and now they're all de-evolved?
I'm really excited about this plot. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we'll get to the twist by the end, but I'm very excited about it. I've been kind of timing out our sessions, and I've realized that like we play in one session about a half an hour worth of screen time when you really look at it. So like, if I'm doing an hour-long plot, it's probably gonna be 2 episodes. I don't know. But so you guys, you kind of pull yourselves up on the railing, initially, well, let's do something. Let's do control, and let's do security. And basically, you're basically making a check to not have alerted them, kind of like you fell and pulled yourself up quietly enough that you didn't alert the sleeping dogs around you, basically. Like a stealth check for all intents and purposes.
God damn it.
What happened?
Just one success.
By Narc. And a
Yeah,
complication
0.
by Leonard. I like how you left out all that other information there.
Technically correct is the best kind.
Yes.
And it's like, technically one success. Maybe he's not looking at Foundry right now.
Yep.
Okay, you guys are quiet enough to kind of get the lay of the land before whatever complication I decide sets in. So I'm going to kind of give you that. Like, Narc, you actually like Lenra is about to kind of like make a bad move and you kind of like catch your arm, which is weird. And you're just like, please, 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 please don't do that.
Spear to the chest.
And then you realize that Lenra was about to kind of like step sideways onto like a bunch of leaves, but those leaves are actually like a blanket with one of those creatures under it, because you guys haven't seen the creatures yet. So like it just looked like a pile of garbage, but he was about to step on it. He doesn't, and then he sees the leaves. Well, she sees the leaves kind of going up and down, and kind of steps back for a second. So I will give you guys each one small action before something happens.
Is there anywhere to hide around or anything to use as because I mean I don't have a tricorder, any like science stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're a science dude, so you had a science tricorder on you. You just did. Okay.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'm gonna give you that one. All right.
All right. I'm gonna whip out that tricorder and find somewhere to cower. Actually.
Okay.
I'm more looking for a hiding spot.
Having only one tricorder is unequipped.
Yeah, I know. I know. I actually, when I was writing this, I was like, because I originally wasn't going to give you a tricorder, and then I was like, I need to give him one tricorder, or he's going to just lose his mind and like jump off a bridge or something. I can't.
It's like Enzo not having a weapon. That's just it doesn't happen.
Enzo is a
This
weapon.
is when you make it a challenge, and he has to build a tricorder out of coconuts
in a cave with a box of scraps.
I'm not an engineer. I'm a science officer.
Hey, Spock built one out of a tube radio.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, he definitely did. All right. So
I'm pretty much I'm looking for a place to hide at this point.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say that the complication, Lenra, is you're not gonna be able to find a place to hide really well. Narc, however, can make that roll again, the same roll again, and if he makes a success, then he will be able to hide both. If he does not, you will alert the Doug.
Roll him. Uno, success.
Okay, all right. So Narc actually kind of like pulls you in. Okay. Basically, there's another like built off these ledges are these weird like huts and stuff, and you manage to find one that kind of holds your weight. You realize that these are not very sturdy. I mean, they're definitely not made for things your size, but there's enough wood built onto the railings at like a kind of a corner, and you're in this kind of section where there's a lot of wood anyway that nothing can really see you here. And honestly, the lights are not really turned up in this place. Almost all the lighting in this room is coming from this ship's warp core. Like there's almost not everything else is like seems like battery powered lights or almost like red alarm lights kind of on the walls. So you guys have a momentary peace and quiet. You actually notice right off the bat that there are very few, even though this seems to be, well, no, give me a roll. We're going to go, both of you can do it. We're going to do reason and science on this.
One success.
Okay.
One success.
All right. That's all you needed. This is not a really hard room. This isn't too hard to figure out what here. I mean, in a weird way, it's very strange, but this appears to be like a central living hub, like somebody has made it into that. This is definitely was once an engineering core for this ship. Without a doubt, this is the warp core. That being said, all these weird huts kind of like cuddled off the off the railings and off the walkways. It almost feels like this was a place with a lot of space and a lot of things that they could kind of build off of. And then they've kind of turned this into a place to kind of like sleep and live, whatever they are, whatever that creature is under it. That being said, there's not a lot of them in here. You guys, right off the bat, you do like a life sign scan on your tricorder. I'm going to give you that part of the success. There's only about like 4 or 5 of them actually in the room, and most of them seem to be sleeping right now.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I'm going to slap my hand over Lenra's mouth, and I'm going to take my tricorder and just and then I'm going to go with my tricorder so that she can, like, because we're in a corner anyway, so she can see what I'm doing. I'm turning on the behavioral the I can't even remember what it's called, the behavioral analysis universal translator, body language.
Universal translator.
Yes,
Man,
I'm going to turn on the
I
body
always
language
forget about
thing.
something.
And I'm
always forget about something. Okay.
And I'm going
cool.
to I'm going to upload that to Lenra's comm badge. And then I'm going to set it to as sub-auditory as she, as part Romulan. I'm assuming they have slightly better hearing than a human, but whatever it is, I'm going to set it so that it's, as quiet as it can be for her to actually pick those parts up.
Now, just to really quickly go over the rules of that contraption again, because we've talked about it before. It's something you invented to kind of get yourself more renown, right, in Federation. The question I have: does this thing like actually translate word for word what they're saying, or it's more like it translates their body language of what their intentions are? Like, how does it exactly work?
It's so the regular universal translator basically works off of trying to turn it into normal language into speech of some kind. This is taking nonverbal communication and turning it into like one of those learn German in your car things where it's just like he's moving his hands, maybe it's an offer. Oh wait, no, he's trying to punch you. Oh no, he's not trying to punch you, he's handing you something. Just and if it and it's just like the universal translator, if it doesn't have any information on what they're doing, like if it's a sentient fungus but all it does is emit spores, I don't know how it would pick up its innuendo and behavior and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, just want to make sure before I started putting that into the flow of the story, because that's going to be pretty huge in this storyline actually. Okay. All right, so she slaps you on the mouth, and then slaps her hand over your mouth, and then shows you that, and then wires it through your badge.
Okay.
And then what, guys? We win.
So that's the gesture
I collect my experience now, right?
That's the gesture for okay, you're in charge. Just to see if it works.
Right now, being here isn't the best place to be. We need to figure out where we actually are in the sense of what this ship is. So we need to find a place away from these things that we can maybe access a computer or something.
Okay. I'll use the tricorder to attempt to get I don't want to do like a broad spectrum scan and set off some weird sensors or something because I have no idea what this ship is or anything. But if I can just do like low level observation kind of things, like a low level sonar emission, some kind of a LiDAR, just to get like a general area for the ship and maybe see if there's any kind of like normal type of power source that indicates a terminal or a console like it does on our ships.
Okay. Go ahead and give me reason, science, and then I'm gonna say you only 1 success on this one.
Okay.
Because I also don't want to wake anything up and cause a problem where someone starts doing something around what appears to be an active warp core.
Well, really? Why not? Oh no, I get it.
Okay.
Okay.
You see what happened to what happened to Tobin with chess? Now just imagine that in Warp Core.
Can I use advanced sensor operations? I can't remember if that's specifically for the ship or if it counts for a tricorder or not.
I believe that's specifically for the ship.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Designed as
So roll them.
That's it. That's the aliens right there.
Ooh, just a complication.
Just a complication?
Yep. Just a complication.
It's almost going like,
How have you weaponized the LiDAR? You've deactivated the containment fields. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm just gonna take a threat, and you're gonna fail. Wait, can I have more than 5 threat? I can't remember if that's.
Yeah, you can have more than.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a threat.
You're the DM. You can do whatever you want.
Jesus Christ, we are just rolling wonderful today.
I can't do whatever I want there.
We had a
Brian,
drink episode.
I
Almost
definitely didn't
everyone's
want
died.
everybody to die to these fucking things. And it seems like you guys are bound and determined to roll yourself into a warp core. Like I have no control over it. I have much more control when you guys are getting successes than this insanity. Okay, I'm gonna take the threat. You don't get any it doesn't set anybody off, but
Commander, I can't seem to get a good reading because we're so close to this warp core, and I don't know if it's contained well. And there's all these other structures all over the place. I can't tell if that's actually a place to go.
I'm gonna try to get my bearings to see if there's somewhere else we can get away from here.
Okay, all right. Should I give you a roll for that? Jesus, at this point, I feel like I should just give you guys something.
No, just make us roll. Let it all go horrible.
We're gonna say control,
Okay.
and then we're gonna say control command. We're gonna give you, even though it should probably be a security, I'm gonna give you control command. You're taking command of the situation.
What's the difficulty?
1 success.
Let's go. 1 success. Okay,
Hey.
one of these dies is screwing with me.
Well, one of
It's like
those
rolling
dies
19
almost
or
gave us
20.
another complication.
Dude, if you go back, it's like I've rolled 19, 19, 19. I've been rolling.
And thanks for playing a different game.
Thanks for playing a different game. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Seatown, you kind of look around the engineering the engineering bay. You kind of immediately, the languages don't make sense. That you see some writings under the leafing and rope and stuff like that, and it kind of has some. It's very, very whatever. You can't really read it, but you definitely get an idea of this is the way to the bridge. This is the way out of engineering. And you're able to kind of in your head plot a way to get through these things without bothering them and get out of engineering to where maybe he can take another shot with his tricorder. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself because I was coughing.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I said good.
All right, you guys kind of start to weave through it. As you weave through it, you get a better look at one of these creatures, basically just kind of laying there sleeping, just laying there kind of sprawled out, like an animal would sleep where it fell. That's how this thing is sleeping, just like
Got
that.
the hind legs in the air like a dog.
Yeah, straight up. But same description, small creature. This one is kind of tinted red. The scales are kind of tinted red. Now, here's a question for you. Narc, you can continue to follow Lenra out through the safe path. Or you can risk the safe path by doing a scan of the creature itself to gain more information. But, of course, If you get a complication or whatever, we know what's going to happen. It's your call.
Yeah, my commanding officer's actually in charge, and I don't want to be here.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
If she orders me to scan more or something, sure. But other than that,
we need to get more information about our surroundings before we start trying to scan these creatures. And
I guess I'm not going to put the tricorder away and just kind of let it do its recording thing as we go, so that we're just passively doing like the tape recorder thing. But that, no.
All right. You guys move to safety unimpeded. Then you managed to get kind of into some more of the hallways of this thing. Something you guys notice right off the bat about this ship is that much like engineering, all the hallways are much larger than they say. That I should probably make you roll, but basically this ship is built for something that is bigger than a human. Let's put it that way. Not much bigger, but bigger than a human species. So probably your average size, just judging from the hallways and then the large engineering, your average size, whatever it is that originally built this ship, is probably like somewhere between 8 and 9 feet tall.
Definitely not a kobold.
No, not not a kobold. Not a kobold. So you guys are however, you still work into a hallway, and then you actually manage to move into what seems to be what may or may not have been a storage closet at some point. However, as you enter it, like nobody's there, but you realize immediately why nobody is there. You do not need to make a check. This is definitely a place that they use as a bathroom, and it is the worst smell you have ever smelled. However, there's none in here. I do want to say right off the bat, I'm not going to describe this since we're on the internet, but they don't use toilets or anything.
Okay,
so
yeah, we get it.
A nightmare place.
For the record, I did grow up on a poop moon.
You're not affected by it at all. You're not affected by it at all, Narc. I've read your bio. This is like, hey, cool, we're safe.
Enough agriculture.
I wish I could get a candle of this.
Anyway.
Leonard, however, is like eyes watering.
Agricultural background. You know how much shit I've dealt with?
That's true. That's true. Probably not as bad, but this is bad.
I'm gonna have to get a sample.
I didn't.
Core sampling.
Oh,
right. Are there any consoles or anything in here, or is it just an empty?
It's an empty storage room, but it's safe for you to be able to do more tricorder scans to potentially get more of a lay of the land. Narc, zero success on that one.
Do I have any? Do I have anything like? Do I have like random vials or anything in the that I can use to take a sample of this?
No.
Okay.
I've seen those onesies. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think I can leave without a sample.
I don't understand what you're saying right now. Are you gonna put it in your mouth? Like, what's happening?
Okay, so
where are you gonna store
these uniforms? Don't have pockets.
They don't.
It's a science tricorder. It's got slides.
Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll just take one of the little what do they call them?
I didn't think we'd spend this much time on poop, but okay.
So it's in my. This is
you're fine.
My character's family literally.
I'm not upset.
Makes this is how they earn their So if there's some great new type of manure that they can, then he has to, and he's a science officer. Like, this is the whole point of Starfleet, man.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, science.
I know everybody on the ship was like, man, I hope I get to collect some poop. All right.
Leonard was like, okay, see if you can find any consoles or wait, what are you doing? And he's like,
no, I don't even
finding
say
like a
that,
little stick from in the hallway and just kind of getting it.
kind of like kicking it and putting it on the slide.
All right, so Narc is catching the poop right now. What do you do?
Wait, well, he's the only one with the tricorder, so I'm waiting for him to finish, and then we can make that scan.
I think you got enough there, Narc. I think you got enough. Dabble do ya. Dabble do ya.
You know what this smells like? It smells like. I bet you guess what this can smell like. I'm almost done. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You just have to wipe now.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. Wow, have you ever smelled anything like this? It's very aromatic. Yes, yes,
Time is the
Commander.
essence.
Speaking of essence, this has a very strong essence. Indeed. I would say it has an essence of maybe.
Narc, we get it.
Yes, sort of like a eucalyptus
You
mixed.
really like this shit. Now move on.
Yes, yeah, Commander. Where are we going now?
Okay, so
Scan the ship again, see if we can figure out.
Oh yes, of course.
here's the deal.
Maybe find a bridge or something.
What specifically are you scanning to try and find? A bridge?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the way that we would do that is basically trying to scan the general area to see, what the structure is. I don't really know how else we would like do that.
Okay. All right. Give me a sense roll. It's 0 success.
Okay.
0 successes is what you need. So I'll give you guys some momentum, hopefully.
All right. So what, reason science or insight science?
Yeah.
Two successes.
Yay, 2 more momentum for you guys in a day when you need it. All right, so
Apparently.
you start to scan the ship specifically for like large energy signatures, wiring, consoles, stuff like that. Something immediately that you find out is that the ship itself has power. It has working systems all the way through it, but a lot of systems are just randomly shut off or not working for whatever reason. You're not exactly sure why that would be, but like there are systems that would just totally work fine if somebody just flipped the switch, but somebody has flipped the switch the other way and they're just off. But this ship is fully functional regardless of how it looked on the exterior and how it looks on the interior. It's fully functional. That being said, you do find some consoles. There is a large, what you feel like is the transporter room, like a transporter room of sorts, is not too far from where you guys are. Then there is a bridge which is kind of like on the other side of the ship from you guys. You have not done any life signs scanning. I want to make that very clear right now. You were just searching for like power sources and consoles so that you could kind of get a lay of the land of the ship. But at this point, your tricorder kind of like, without describing the entire ship to you, your tricorder kind of maps the area for you. So you guys will be able to use it as a reference to be able to kind of like, you collected the map in Zelda, basically.
Okay, good. Let's see if we can make our way to the bridge and figure out what's going on here, because, well, can't do much. We could do a lot here, but not with this much around.
Should we attempt to contact the ship and see if maybe the ship can just bring us back, and then we can inspect this whole thing with our sensors from the other side?
That's part of the plan. We'll probably have better access to the communication systems from the bridge.
I mean, can't we just use our comm badges to just say, "Hi, ship, can you come get us now? You can transport us over." No.
Hold on. I hit my comm badge.
It does not work.
That's I figured.
Hey, man, you got to try it. You got to try it.
I assume it didn't work for you either. I tried mine several times, but I just assumed maybe because I was nervous, I just wasn't using it properly.
Narc, which way to the bridge?
Oh, this way.
Okay, good.
It could be this way too, but I don't think that's the bridge. I think that's probably another smelly room, which we could
Okay.
also inspect if you prefer.
No,
I mean,
nope. Bridge. Let's get to the bridge.
You know,
I do
this
also
place
want to
reminds
point
me of
out.
something. When I was growing up, we used to have lots of ships like this, and they would smell like this, and it would basically be garbage scows. They were very fun. You can find all kinds of things here.
I'm sure they were.
Mushrooms? More interesting mushrooms?
We prefer to call them fungus and fungi.
A very fun guy. Anyway, no, let's get to the bridge.
All right, you guys start moving to the bridge. We're gonna cut back to the other bridge, where
Meanwhile,
we're actually gonna start on Ada. She's gonna make a little roll to try and stabilize Tobin, or at least help Tobin. I don't think she has any sort of like healing or whatever.
No.
So we're just gonna, yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing. Poor Ada. She's a pilot, goddammit. But she's gonna kind of run over and just like, yeah, I think I take the spear out. Do I take the spear out? Enzo, should I take the spear out?
Right,
What?
With my field medicine,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, don't touch it. Call medical.
She's like, yeah, of course. And then she hits the comm badge, and goes. And as she starts to talk to Backwater, the thing that like jumped onto the chair next to the captain's chair, well, actually Lenra's chair, just kind of like sits down and like looks at you. Dog. Ah, dog fox, dog. Basically, yeah. I mean, body language is pretty clear on him.
Yeah, I do have xenolinguistics, but I don't think I needed it.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I fucked your bro up. You want some more?
I crack my neck, and I start walking slowly towards him.
He like stands up his full like 4 foot height in the center of the chair, and then he cracks his neck. Yeah, and then like leaps at you.
This is good.
Yeah. All right, take the shot. You got
big beagle energy right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Doug's.
Hand phasers focus. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 3 successes.
Daddy needs some new snakeskin boots.
Yeah, flap.
Roll damage.
I'm using the vicious ability from before, and so every special that I roll will be an extra damage.
Ouchie.
It is stun dice.
Yes. That might be copyright. Be careful.
Yeah, that would be 8 damage.
All right. He like leaps at you. It just like hits him. Ow! And like he makes that like exhale. He flies backwards, slams into the console, and then falls onto the chair, and then slumps down face first with his legs like up in the air against the back, like.
I spin and try and find the other one.
The other one is nowhere to be seen.
So both of the other ones have left.
You hear Backwater over the comm, like talking to Ada. I don't know. I don't think this ship would have a medical transporter. I'm gonna be honest, just because it's an old tow truck. I don't know that it would have a medical transport.
Probably not.
I think he'd have to come here, wouldn't he?
Either he could go there, or you could use the transporter bay to do a site-to-site transport.
Yeah, I think he's going to do that. He's going to site-to-site transport. However, more shit has gotten real. Give me an insight security roll. As red lights start to flash on your console up above the thing. I'm so sorry, Tobin. So sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
All right. 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. The light just starts going off. Boom, 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 boom. And you somehow divine through your little cyborg power that they've launched photon torpedoes. The other ship has.
Okay. Well, the first thing I do is make sure that our shields are up.
They were not. You never put them up. Nobody ever put them
We
up.
did. If we went to red alert, they automatically go up.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
What is it, Brian?
He's got a spear in his chest.
Oh. All right, fine.
Right.
Shields are up.
Okay. I'm going to bark to Ada Green. Evasive maneuvers. Go, go, go.
She's like, you know what? Give me command control, because this is
I'm not
the
good at
first
this
time.
part.
Sorry, you're doing a command thing.
Absolutely.
Maybe next
Actually,
time
no,
try saying it
presence.
with your phaser.
Presence command, because you're trying to kind of get her attention. Presence command.
Even worse. That's awesome.
You can do it.
I'm going to spend a momentum on this.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good call.
Wrong way. There we go. I need one more dice. I'm sorry. Just one total.
Okay.
One success.
All right. She takes like a half beat, but yes sir, and then she like scrambles across the room to the console, kind of putting herself in the seat, starts to hit buttons. What do you do during that?
I'm going to get back to tactical and look at get an analysis of the ship real quick. It's clearly not something that we've really encountered before, but are there familiar looking parts to it that we can identify as engines, bridge, warp core, that kind of.
Okay, sensors. Definitely sensors. Mr. Seatown can still roll for the ship. And we're gonna do reason and science. No, reason and security. You're doing a weapon suite. Reason and security. You want to know its tactical capabilities, correct?
Can I use my shipboard tactical systems focus for that?
Yes, you can, without a doubt.
Awesome.
You don't have to hold that spear in you the entire rest of the game.
Yeah, I do.
I got it.
I'm so sorry, man. I didn't want you to get stabbed right off the bat. I didn't think that was going to happen.
All right. 1 success plus whatever the ship gives me.
Yep.
You're muted again, Seatown, I think.
Exactly.
Puppy's got a puppy.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can figure it out. It's going to be sensors and security or science.
Seatown, you still there, man?
Yeah, sorry.
You going to do sensors for the ship?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. We've been talking to you for a while now. You zoned out, man.
No, it was something else happening. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Success.
2 successes now.
Tactically, it has. It's kind of. There's a lot of weird shit glued onto this ship, but as far as capabilities go, it's very similar to your ship, with the exception of course, it has photon torpedoes and phaser banks and stuff. I will say, since you got so good on the tactical stuff, there are some weird power issues in the ship. Not necessarily that like there seems to be any problems, just like there's power going to certain places that, or power not going to certain places that would be. On top of that, you also notice that while the ship is very capable, it is a very old ship. Like it's not of your ilk, but just from the technology it's spitting out, even though it's capable, you can just kind of tell this is a little bit more of a classic.
Even by our standards?
What?
Even by our standards?
Yes. Indeed. Even by your standards.
Ensign, see if you can get around. Give me a clear shot at their engines.
She's like, sir, this is real weird. Photon torpedo they fired is detonating. It kind of came in our direction, then it kind of like swirled off and just exploded in space.
So
the ship itself,
like, target lock?
No, not at all. I'm sure they would, but no, it couldn't have had a target lock. It would have hit us. Well, it literally seems like, sir, this is kind of impossible, but it looks like they manually aimed at the torpedoes.
Well,
backwater enters the bridge.
Okay.
What's going on?
Captain got a spear.
What's going on?
Captain got speared.
Oh, man. Where do you even find a spear nowadays? Damn. He just like walks over, drops down. He has a medical assistant with him. They start to go to work.
Security teams, have you located the intruders in the Jeffries tubes yet?
I was mostly just shocked because it's only been like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. They're like, sir, we got one. Yeah, sir, we've got eyes on one. It's moving through decks, blah 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 blah, and and it's moving fast. But the other one does not seem to be in the Jeffries tube. Are you sure there was 3?
Definitely, there were 3.
There were definitely, yeah, definitely 3.
I am now using the threat to give myself initiative. Standing, like you're like, there was definitely 3, and then you just hear this like, Doug, and you like kind of like look side-eyed, and on the other side, the science part of the console that you're at, it's just sitting there like looking at you on the edge, and then it leaps. It does not have a spear though. It just has like the weird clothing. That is something.
It's got tenacity.
Yeah, they definitely have tenacity. That's like if they were a Hitchhiker's Guide entry, it would just be like tenacity. That'd be it. Okay. That's wrong. Ooh. Does a 1 counts as 2 successes, right?
Typically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He got 3 successes.
All right. I'm gonna burn a momentum here. I feel like that's probably important. Beat me by 1.
All right. So damage is fitness.
I don't know if I use my focus on that. What does focus do?
It gives you 1 extra die.
No, focuses are basically it increases your crit range if you have an applicable focus. So if you have a focus in hand-to-hand combat, if you roll your skill, your discipline or lower, that counts as a crit at that point.
Okay. So then because my security is 4, that 4 should have been 2 successes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I actually had 3 successes there. I forgot to click that focus button.
Just about to hit the button. Way to retcon the shit out of that. All right. He leaps at you like, you kind of like manage to sidestep, kind of just barely dodging the claws and kind of like brushing him to the side. He ends up like hitting the ground and like perfectly rolling up to his feet and then just sprinting for the open elevator that Backwater just came out of.
I shoot him in the back.
You got one shot. Take it. And then we're going to switch back to the other boys, and then we'll probably finish it up.
Right.
And you shoot Backwater.
Happens.
Don't give
Sorry,
us
bud.
shit.
Straight roll. 1 success. That's a miss. Pew!
But it's not a complication.
It's not a complication.
That is
You manage to hit the door. You hit the door. It actually like ducks a little bit, and as the door closes, it turns around, and you swear to God it winks at you right before it does. Right before it does. Like,
Straight out of Gremlins.
yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Back on the other side of the ship, you guys are trying to move through the ship, and you're realizing now that certain bulkheads have been locked down to like lock the hallways to the bridge. Like there's no, like every time you get to a lift, it's not working. When you get to a bulkhead, it's shut and locked. Like there's just like every time you try and bypass to go to the bridge through the hallways, it's locked down. You have a couple of other ways, like you can go backwards to the ship. It's only when you get really close to the bridge. So you still have kind of like a free range of a lot of the rest of the ship. But if you want to try and get to the bridge, you're going to have to try and go structurally, like through Jeffrey's tubes and stuff.
Yep, that sounds like a plan.
Sure about that? That's the way you want to go? I mean, okay.
Well, I mean, we really can't override any of these bulkheads at all, or try to.
I'm totally okay with that. However,
we don't have the tools to do that. And yeah, we got to get to the bridge because communication, we're not going to be able to access anything. If the bulkheads to the bridge are sealed, that means that a lot of the controls probably locked out elsewhere. So
yeah, I was going to say maybe we could search for a shuttle bay or a cargo bay, but we wouldn't know how to operate it anyway. So it's not
right.
Really...
So it's like the best bet is to get to the bridge no matter what.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The only thing I will say is while you do have a general map of the ship, this is not going to be a substructure mapping. You guys are going to have to just kind of wing it once you're in the Jeffrey's tube, which is fine, but it's going to be some rolls.
Okay. Now we get nothing but complications. Ended up accidentally in a plasma conduit.
Oh.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right.
You attacked us with a sovereign and a super time empowered expert. We come out on top. 5 lizards.
Okay.
Oh, everyone dies.
You guys are
crawling in a tunnel. Oh, you died.
You guys are about to go into the tunnel when your communicator actually turns on and you hear inside it, "Hey, anybody on this ship with me? Anybody hear me? Lieutenant Junior Grade Stephen Tinkers here.
Hit my combat. Tinkers, where are you?
Oh, Landra, that's just super. And no,
Tinkers, we're saved.
Oh man, I got my best friend and my best commander here. This is the best. Tinkers is super happy. I'm glad you guys are here. I've been talking to the
Tinkers. I have some fantastic news.
The third person. Tinkers is the best.
Yo,
Tinkers, I have some fantastic news.
You said
I've discovered a new type of fecal matter right here on the ship that we're on. Can you imagine? We're out in the middle of the at the Alpha Quadrant into the Beta Quadrant. We're supposed to be making brand new discoveries, and I did. I found a whole bunch of smeary fecal matter. I've got it right here with me. I can't wait to get it back to Starfleet. They're gonna love it.
Man, Narc, I know how much you love poop, so I'm just so happy for you, man.
Me too.
Oh man.
So what do we do now?
Oh, I've been talking to the Dougs, and I think I figured out what they want. They're just kind of having a bad day, and they think I'm like a god or something. But I told them you're cool, and yeah, I think if you just come on over, I think this is the transporter room. I'm not quite sure, but if you come on over, maybe we could work something out with these guys. They're pretty cool guys.
You know, Commander, if they have deciphered that Tinkers is of a superior intellect, then I believe that they are definitely sentient and probably worth for making contact with. I'm sure they'll be reasonable. They might even want to barter or trade.
Yes, but I have a feeling they're a culture taken out of their own and aren't really warp capable. So we're kind of skirting the whole Prime Directive thing here.
Oh yes, I see.
It's not a good Star Trek show if you hold to the Prime Directive. Come on.
Let's get to Tinkers. If he's in a transporter room, he may be able to figure out how to get beam onto the bridge.
The only way to properly prevent cultural contamination is to simply kill all the witnesses.
No, permanently stunned. Permanently stunned.
Hold on.
No.
Okay. Spoken like a true security officer. Let me target their warp core. I've been good all month.
Here, I was worried about Cyric being the bad guy. Freaking Enzo. All right. So you guys start to head towards the transporter room, and basically a couple of these creatures, which you're apparently now guessing are called the Doug, kind of walk out. The lizard creatures, they kind of plot over to you. One of them's got a spirit. You actually see one. He seems to have, I'm not going to give you a roll. He has a plasma rifle. Well, not a plasma, but a phaser rifle type thing from whatever these ships are, but it is pointed directly at him, without a doubt directly at him, like, even though he's holding it. But they both come over to you, and they just, okay, your behavioral translator. I didn't forget. Basically, they are the behavioral translator goes off in your ear, and it basically says they would like you to come with them.
Okay. Zug, work done.
I'm gonna move with them as we go. If there's any of the random like leaves or twigs or any of the random stuff that's like on the walls and stuff, I'm just gonna kind of like casually like take some of that with me for a sample too. It's not kleptomania, I promise.
That's fine.
I'm a science officer. I have to collect samples. It's not to see if I can sell these later or they have any intrinsic value in the beta quadrant.
They don't seem bothered by this at all if they do catch you, or if maybe they just don't notice. There is something slightly off about them, but you're not quite sure because you haven't scanned them. So you move into the transporter room. And yeah, Tinkers is sitting there with a bunch of these things. Like, the transporter room is also oversized with everything with the ship. There's at least 50 of these things in there of all different colors. They do vary in height between 3.5 to about 5 feet tall tops, but they are very short little things. The 5 feet ones are obviously like
the
rare.
Basketball players. They're like the Magic Johnsons of. Oh, sorry. The Cobalt Magic Johnson, right?
The tallest.
Michael Jordan. Yeah, just like.
They've got Doug scholarships, you know. There you go.
There's no Doug Shaquille O'Neal's, but definitely like a Magic Johnson in there.
Cobalt
DBA, Doug Basketball Association. All right, so you head in, and yeah, and Steven Tinkers is in the middle of them, kind of like, but he's trying to speak their language, and you can see he's kind of stumbling with it, but he's like, Doug, blood, plug, clang, suck, flug, blood, slag, flug, blood. Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
I'm gonna like poke one of the random ones that was like, you know, bringing us here with a spear, like their security entourage or whatever. I'm gonna like poke him in the side and be like, oh, see, look, it's Tinkers. See, Tinkers. Wow, hey, Tinkers. I know him.
Doug. da 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 da.
Yeah, I think this is great. Yeah,
They
you
all
guys know how to
start.
supplicate.
They
That's
all start.
fantastic.
They all start chanting Doug again and bowing, and Tinker's like, "Oh man, I just got him to stop doing that. Oh man, it's gonna
Well,
take me
don't
another
worry. I've
45
gotten them to
minutes.
start again, so you're okay.
How you doing, Commander? I didn't know you got teleported in here too. It was just kind of on a whim. I tried my communicator. I had to take it off because it was really bugging them out. So, and I was trying to learn their language and everything, but you know.
Right. Anyway, this is it. Does this look like a transporter room?
Yes, you don't need to roll. It is definitely whatever their transporter room is. You see 4 different large circular pads with these X's on them that were very clearly like, you know, the teleporting device, the transporting device. However, they've been like painted over and stuff with like different paints and stuff. Like it's made into ridiculousness.
Cool. Hey, Narc, want to help us see if we can translate these consoles so we can...
Yes, I certainly can. What for?
Well, if we can use the transporter, we can transport under the bridge.
Oh, very good. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what that says, and I don't know what that says. I think I should mention, generally transporter operations happen in the 3rd or 4th year at the academy.
I take the tricorder. I quietly take the tricorder and activate the universal translation mod. The actual
that doesn't work that way.
The universal translator mod, and begin to scan the console because there is written words, and they will begin cross-referencing with what it knows.
All right, it'll start cross-referencing. It's going to take a while. It's a language it has literally never come in contact with whatsoever. Like it's not going to immediately spit out.
I put it this way: if they're still using Hoshi's bullshit thousands of years in the future, it'll fucking work.
I mean, it's all heuristic.
Maybe eventually. I'm a game master, so it kind of depends on whether I want it to work or not.
And in fairness, Hoshi's thing still had like cross references, like some common points of like, oh, this is definitely that thing. This is definitely that thing. This is like, here's a wall of graffiti. Good luck.
Yeah, it has. I'm not saying it can never happen, but it's not going to be an immediate like. Here you go. You can use the transporter.
Lower decks.
Commander,
lower decks.
I was thinking,
Eat
since
rocks?
This is going to...
Huh, that's weird. Wait, I have a phaser.
Commander,
he literally translated graffiti off the wall of an unknown language.
I'm not going to argue with you for the remaining 9 minutes of our show. So
since we're here, and it's going to take some time for the universal translator to try to run its heuristic algorithm to try to determine what their actual written form of communication is, I was thinking, since Tinkers is here, and I'm here, and they're here, and we're Starfleet, maybe we could begin a cultural exchange and learn all about their magnificent garbage cow and their septic system technology.
Tinkers is like, from what I can figure out, they're in a real bind, man, and they're just been waiting for somebody to pop in and help them out, and I think they think I'm that guy.
I think they think you're the right guy for this, especially because now you have an agent. That would be me. So first we'll have to arrange showings. So we'll put you on a stand and we'll put you in the corner and we'll put a light on you. And anybody that wants to come see you will have to provide you with tribute, which is a Starfleet term that is sort of kind of able to be repurposed as appropriating things from them. Maybe they have gold pressed platinum.
Stop. First off, if this ship is randomly grabbing people, I have a feeling they were randomly grabbed and put on this ship, which means they are a culture that has nothing to do with this. So they were forcibly removed. I think they just want to go home.
Which could also be arranged for them for a small exchange of, valuable information, or maybe latinum. Who knows? They might even have more ships like this. These wonderful vessels that are all slapped together and made out of garbage and carrying lots of poop. It reminds me of home.
We're
no.
we're gonna to be continued this until next time. I think the mysteries of the Doug will be answered next session. Because if we get into it now, we're playing for another half hour. So I think this is a good time to wrap it up there, Aether. I'm really sorry you were speared like the entire time.
It's getting comfortable.
Technically, when we cut back, he could have been conscious.
I'm probably
I'm planning
but he would have had a
conscious.
spear out of his chest, going, ah!
I'm planning on making him conscious again in the near future, but yeah, there's just never a time to do that in this session. I apologize, sir. I did not think you were going to take all your health worth of damage in the first fucking roll.
Yeah, it happens somewhat frequently. So
next time, I recommend you spend the momentum.
I did spend the momentum.
No, you can just spend one to avoid the injury, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You were asked and said no.
Well, then you would have had no momentum. None of it has been rolling for squads.
I was gonna say at the time he didn't actually have one to use because we hadn't built one up yet.
We had exactly
one.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right. Well, thank you, players, for playing. I'm enjoying playing this. I hope you guys are too. Thank you to everybody. Everybody out there, please check this out on Old Man Gaming if you want to watch it in a replay. And thank you, Aether, for managing the stream and everything. I appreciate it.
Exclamation point SDA in the chat if you want to know where to find it and where all of our cool effects and everybody who's here is. So thanks everybody again. I'm going to sign you out and close out. Hey everybody. It's me with a spear in my chest. As you do. I hope everybody had fun. It's been good times. I might actually try to stream tomorrow because I think my work is less stupid. Finally. Pretty Yay, spear! Thanks again. We will be back in 2 weeks, same time, to see what kind of wackiness is gonna happen to the rest of this. Otherwise, I will be here. I'll try to. I'm not too busy, like, being burned out from work or playing frickin' Star Citizen with with everybody. It'll be good. Anyway, y'all have a lovely Wednesday night. I'm gonna go get some snacks. And I will see y'all later. Good night.